extremely hot out here today. I want to say the temperature was like 99 with the humidity that was through the roof. But as you seen earlier, Atlas and I, we were doing kind of a garden update. We were picking some produce for a produce stand, which Atlas is currently sitting at, eating her wonderful dinner from our garden.
No, meat and tater tots and boats.
Those aren't tater tots, they're mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
With her lovely chocolate milk. But I did want to get out here and I wanted to show off the pumpkin patch that we were growing. I know I did cover this a little bit at the beginning of our video, but I get a lot of questions as to why we plant our pumpkins early or how to kind of postpone pumpkins from maturing. And the answer is pretty simple. I'm going to switch the camera around here just a sec so you guys can see a little bit better, but we'll go into it a little bit of detail. All right, so this summer has been wet, but it's also been extremely hot in our region. Temperatures for probably about a week and a half over the course of the summer have been well over 100 degrees. And these guys, they did get planted out here kind of late May. So you can see we got one mature pumpkin right there. We have a lot of green pumpkins still, but we got another one there and there. Another one there, another one there. There's a couple back in that area. And there's a couple down in that area as well. And really, if you allowed these pumpkins to continue to grow until October, like a lot of people like them for fall or for Halloween, they are going to rot out here. So those pumpkins, they are all set to be picked. We'll harvest them. We will use some inside. We'll also put some on Atlas's produce stand out there. But we're going to continue to harvest pumpkins out here right up through October. There's two things that you can do if that's something you don't want. Is first off, you could plant your pumpkin plants quite a bit later in summer. The only downside to that, in my opinion, is a lot of times the heat in our area has already picked up quite a bit and the pumpkins really don't like that to thrive. They do like the warm temperatures, but not when it's blistering hot, not when they're first starting out. So if you're gonna do that, you're probably best off planting your seeds directly into the ground. Seed starts, like ours, we start in our basement and then we bring them out here. They typically don't like the extreme heat once they first get planted. But if you're starting them from seeds, there's none of that transplant shock, and they'll do just fine. For me, I would say if you're shooting for October, most regular garden variety pumpkins are going to be fine planting probably the end of June, first part of July, if you're looking for the end of October. Now, for us out here, we picked a variety of pumpkins that aren't too large. If you pick a variety that's going to grow a larger pumpkin, then of course they're going to need a little bit more time, so you're going to have to adjust your schedule on that. You can see out here too, we're still getting pumpkins. And that's fine because we're going to end up probably having pumpkins up through like the middle of October. Now, if you run into any issues where you have a bad pumpkin, immediately get rid of it, cut it off the vine. You don't want it. The issue with that is once they start to rot, or you run into an issue with maybe an animal got into it and gnawed on the outside a little bit, then it's going to affect other pumpkins and it's going to draw in other kind of animals or insects that are going to spread throughout your pumpkin patch. So that said, if you have a bad pumpkin, get rid of it. But otherwise, these guys are growing really great. We love the underlayment out here. It is not the best for keeping weeds out. And it does kind of suck with water pooling on it. It drains a little bit slower, but overall it's pretty inexpensive. You can find it on Amazon. It is a commercial fabric. You can see I'm walking on it right now and it's not causing any issues. It is one that you really can't cut. You have to melt it. But our potatoes out here, they're doing okay. Like I said in a prior video, I don't know why these guys over here are doing so much better than these guys over here. And as I'm looking around, kind of seeing something out here. I have no idea. A pumpkin or a tomato seed must have got mixed in, but overall they're doing great. They need a little bit of water, so we probably are going to hook up the trailer here either today or tomorrow, get some water out here for them. Like I said, it's been hot. With them growing in the bags, it does make it a little bit more difficult for rain to get in, but overall this is a great opportunity for someone that might not have a lot of space. I want to say this is probably 40 foot by probably 15 foot. And you can see we got quite a bit out here growing, and we still have quite a bit that wasn't used in this middle area here. So this is the second year that we've been growing pumpkins out here on this area. We also have pumpkins growing over in our main garden on the other side of our property. And it's always been my goal to have these guys kind of grow out into the center here to keep them out of the yard, but it does kind of slope down, and naturally they like to grow that way. And for some reason, I would think we'd have the most or the biggest issue with predators out here that are getting at the pumpkins. We have a neighbor that has chickens that are getting out. We have a woodchuck that's living down in this tall grass, but for some reason they leave them alone out here. But then in our main garden, they like to get in there. So they have damaged quite a few pumpkins over there, and then they've completely killed all of our cantaloupe plants and most of our watermelon plants. So I'm hoping they'll do a little bit better over there. We've been letting our chickens out a little bit more and our dogs out quite a bit more, trying to scare off anything. But I don't know if it's because the road's right here or it's something else, but for the most part, it leaves it alone. So like I've said in the past, you don't have to have a large area to have a garden. You don't have to till up your property. We laid this down. I planted pumpkins in it the first year, and then I didn't do anything with the soil underneath. And then this is the first year that this empty row and this row here has been laid down. I pulled up a section of this the other day, and then the wind's been blowing it up since. I'll have to get a new stake. But you can kind of see it kind of burns up the grass. You get a lot of underground like moles and insects in there that really loosen up the soil. It keeps the soil healthy. This underlayment allows water to pass through, so it's not going to completely kill anything underneath it. And when you get done with it, if you want to, you just pull it up, and within a month or so, it's going to be completely regrown with like a Michigan grass. It's not going to be top quality. It's going to have some weeds in it, but overall, nothing to complain about. I'll do one more quick walk around on the outer edge here of the pumpkins, because everyone always seems to ask a lot of questions about these. We are going to be selling them out at our produce stand, probably more from the other garden area, since there are kind of only a few growing out here so far, unless something changes. Again, I kind of think it's because of the odd weather this year. But I don't know, kind of interested, leave a message in the comment what you guys, if you are growing pumpkins, are pricing them at. And if you're not growing pumpkins, how much would you charge for these pumpkins? I just like to kind of get a little bit of an idea, kind of moving forward to see what we should be listing ours as. If it's a bad harvest and we don't get a lot of pumpkins, then we'll probably just keep these ones for our kids. We'll save some of the seeds to replant. But I will head back over now. It's not going to be in this video, but I am going to head back over and I will have a garden tour kind of update for August. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't. You'll get that full tour. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share. We have a lot of content that's coming out. It's all homestead or family oriented. We like to do a lot of trips. We record everything. We like to share it here with you guys. And we recently surpassed 1,000 subscribers. So we do appreciate that. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.